Hey, it's Travis of EDCequip.com, and I got a new article here that I'm going to read somewhat of. Essential EDC items for your car. So if you want to check out the article, it's edcequip.com/car. That's the short link to the article. And let's get started. So, everyday carry, in my opinion, does not just end with what's in your pockets or what's in your backpack. It extends to every area of your life. We spend a fair amount of time in our car, going place to place, and sometimes the car breaks down. That sucks. So I think what we carry is essential. And I think you'll want to go over this checklist, especially if you're going on some kind of road trip, but even if not, just to have it in case of an emergency of some kind. I've got a whole bunch of different categories. Going to go through them now. So here are the essential items. Number one is water. Water is essential to life, so you shouldn't leave home without at least a bottle or two of good water. And for longer trips, you could take a 12-pack, 24-pack, 30-pack, whatever, of water bottles, and or bring a few casks of spring water. Very valuable. Number two, food. So being hungry with no food sucks. As I'm sure you've experienced before, it's hard to focus and think straight. You get cranky, you get hangry, which is a combination of hungry and angry. It's not a good thing. It's going to lower your reaction time. You know, you're quicker to get cranky. Yeah, it's not good. It's not going to help anything. Bring some snacks you like. Actually, in the article, I've suggested a few different types of snacks, but what you want is something that's going to store in the car without going off. Nothing wet, like no wet food. You want something dry, like a snack bar. I actually recommend healthy food as well. Like, if you're like trapped somewhere, not trapped, you're broken down somewhere, healthy food is the best, because if you eat junk food, it's going to lower your energy, right? And that's the worst thing to do in these sorts of situations. You want to be eating healthy food to best fuel you to get you out of that situation. You can have that unhealthy snack later when you're home, comfortable, your car's all good. You know, save it till then, if anything. And also don't forget your kids, if you got kids, because if they're hungry, right, and you haven't got food for them, or you haven't got their kind of food, not good, man. Again, I do recommend healthy food for kids too, so I linked that in that article. Next thing is fuel. Where you going with that fuel? Nowhere. So keep your car topped up. It's very important. You can have all the best survival gear, EDC gear in the world, but if you haven't got fuel, you're not going anywhere. So upkeep of the vehicle is the next most important thing. This really great thing that I've come across recently is a portable car jump start. You know, this is just amazing innovation. You know, what a great job humanity has done in that regard. As useful as jump starter cables are by themselves, this just takes it to a whole new level of self-reliance. Because think about it, you get jump starter cables, you gotta, hey, pull over, can you help me? And they're like, nah, I don't trust you. You're probably gonna try and like rob me or something. Oh, damn. Unless you know the person, there's gonna be a bit like, eh. With this, it's literally like you just plug it into your battery, turn it on, get in your car, turn your car on, and get it going with it, and it will charge your battery. It's amazing. I link a very affordable one in the article, by the way. It doesn't just jumpstart the car, but you can charge your phone, laptop, tablet, camera, and more. It also includes an LED flashlight, which is great. And the light also features an SOS lighting signal, so that's great. And a compass. I don't know if you ever really need to use a compass, but who knows. Jumpstart cables by themselves can also be very handy to have. Just may as well, because maybe your portable jumpstart runs out of batteries. Maybe really it shouldn't though. Make sure to keep it charged. So I'm not going to read everything on this list. If you want to check the full list out, edcequip.com/car is the short link for this article. Coolant and oil. If your car uses these things quickly, or if you have a leak in your coolant, definitely carry extra coolant oil with you. And also spare fuel, so you might want to consider carrying a canister of spare fuel. For obvious reasons, if you run out of fuel, you're going to be in some trouble. Next section, rescue and safety. So a seatbelt cutter and a window breaker. In the event of a car crash, you may be unable to remove your seatbelt. If you're trapped in the car and there's a fire, you will die. So a seatbelt cutter is valuable. There's a particular tool that I recommend. It has actually has those two things combined into one tool. It's called the Tools of Life Car Hammer, Seatbelt Cutter, Window Breaker, Emergency Escape Tool. Very simple to use and cheap. You basically want to have that within arm's reach of your driver's seat, so you can reach it in the event of a crash. Also, it can help if you come across a crash, that you could just break the window, cut the seatbelt, get them out, you know. And as I mentioned before, if there's a fire in your car, you're in trouble, I recommend carrying a fire extinguisher as well. It's one of the unfortunate aspects of car crashes is that a fire can start, and if it reaches the fuel tank, boom, and you don't want that. So you can stop that if you carry a fire extinguisher. Always have one on hand. You know, it may not need to be within arm's reach of the driver's seat, but have one at least in your boot or something. And also, you don't want a water extinguisher. You need one that's for gasoline, oil, grease, and electric fires. They're very specific. I link one, affordable one, in the article. Flashlight. Very handy to have a flashlight on hand. Just keep one in your glove box at all times, you know. I always have one in my pocket, but I also always have one in my glove box, you see. And in the event of any kind of breakdown, you're going to need to be able to see what's going on. So you won't regret if you break down at night and you have a flashlight, or two if you have one in your pocket, one in your glove box. You say you're driving with someone else, they can have the one in the glove box, you have the one in your pocket, and you can both do your thing. Next thing is optional, but you could have a knife, a rescue knife in your car. Check the laws, you know, probably fine in America, but you know, some countries just don't like people having tools to defend themselves and use like for utility like this, but whatever, that's politics. I'm not going to talk about that right now. A rescue knife is a knife that has a seatbelt cutter inbuilt. Some rescue knives also have a blunted tip, so that if you're cutting a seatbelt with the actual blade, you don't stab someone with it. Very, very good. A link to a particular one in the article. Check it out if you're interested. edcequip.com/car. First aid kit is another thing. So with all these injuries that hypothetically are occurring from these car crashes that are hypothetically occurring, you're going to want to render some first aid. So, you know, you want to get a kit. You could try and build a kit, but meh, just buy one. It's, you know, they're not that expensive. I link a decent one in the article. You know, just things like, it has like disinfectant for wounds, band-aids, bandages, tourniquet, scissors, tweezers, just the basics, gloves for handling things. Just, yeah. So next section, communication. So mobile phone, something you're likely already carrying. Keep your emergency numbers on hand. So I'm guessing you know off by heart the emergency number to get ambulance, police, fire department. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about keep, like, you know, mechanic number, you know, insurance number, all these things. Just keep that on your phone. Maybe write it on a, here's a tip I've always put for mobile phones, for your most essential numbers, write them on paper, physically, store it in your wallet. And also if you have like a phone with a case, put it on the inside of the case. I'm talking one of those like hard cases people put on the outside of their phones, put it on the inside of that. So if your phone runs out of batteries or gets broken, you still have access to those numbers. And also carry a portable phone charger with you. They're cheap these days, they're small, you got no excuses, just throw it in your glove box. Also, you know, you could do a CB radio. I don't use a CB radio, but just doing research for this article, found that some people recommend a CB radio, and they're actually emergency channels. Depending on which country you live in, the channel's going to be different, I assume. But, and I assume this article that I got this information from was from America. It said that Channel 9 is the emergency channel, which is usually monitored by law enforcement. So let's say you crash, you got a CB radio, it's the only thing you get access to, go to Channel 9, you're like, hey, I crashed, I'm on this street, help me. Help me, please. Please, help me. Please. Maybe they'll help you, but it's probably better to use your phone, I'd say. Navigation, so road maps. you might want to get physical road maps of the areas that you're going to be traveling, or you can just get a whole road atlas for your country. Also, phones these days have maps inbuilt, but I do recommend you get physical maps because, one, relying on your phone, what if your phone isn't working, and also using your phone for that drains the battery. So everyone's like, oh, I don't need it. Have a flashlight, I'll just use it on my phone, but that's going to waste the batteries. I don't need maps, I'll just use my phone. Use your phone, and it's out of batteries. What you going to do? Huh? Carry that portable phone charger with you, by the way. Or GPS. Now, of course, I got a whole bunch of miscellaneous things. Tissues. It sucks when you need a tissue, like, say, dust or some kind of allergy thing, like from pollen, and you got to sneeze. That's terrible. Or you're driving, you're fine, but someone you picked up, they got a cold, and you're like, they keep sniffing. You're like, oh man, just get a tissue and blow your nose. Like, there's so many things that tissues can be useful for. Or maybe you got a cut and you're bleeding. You're like, oh, I'll just get rid of that for now, and then pull over and you get your first aid kit out and you disinfect and band-aid and you continue on. You know, there's so many uses for these things. Entertainment is a big one. Because I don't even know what you like to do for entertainment, but maybe you like playing cards, or maybe you like reading, or maybe you have kids that like playing video games. In the event where your car breaks down and you're waiting sucks. Once you've called like your roadside assistance, you know, and they're coming to you, what are you gonna do? Especially if you got kids. Kids get bored, and when they're bored, they can get annoying. So, you know, have something for them to do. But maybe you're on a road trip with some friends. You know, just have some playing cards or something. You know, learn some games. Or maybe what you could do is, like, maybe you don't know many card games, but you have the cards, and then you just find a page online, you know, card games, print it out, put it with the cards, and you're like, hey, if we really get bored, we'll just, yeah, that's just an idea. You know, I got a whole bunch of other things. I'll just read like one more, but if you want to read the full article, just edcequip.com/car. Gloves are very important. So likely you will need gloves at some point. They'll protect your hands when you need to handle something with sharp edges, or it might have dangerous bacteria on it. And I do recommend high quality gloves here. So your first aid kit will have like rubber gloves for, you know, when you're dealing with like blood and stuff. They're disposable. The kind of gloves I'm talking about here. Some quality ones from the brand Mechanics. I'm just going to grab some gloves I have here. So Mechanics brand, you know, they have some good gloves. I think it's about $25. Worth it though. These are some good gloves. These ones are just, they slip on. I'm a big fan of this brand, and actually these aren't the particular gloves I'm recommending for carrying in your car though. I recommend the Mechanics original covert tactical gloves. They're really tough, really good for that. So yeah, I got a bunch of other things on this list. I highly recommend you check it out. edcequip.com/car. Thanks for watching.